Hey everyone, Shabim here and welcome back to our next episode of the SWE Universe Modes World Cup of Wrestling. This is our third out of four quarterfinals as Mexico. The winners of Group C take on Ireland, the runners up in Group B. And here is our opening match of the evening. Someone who's been very impressive so far in this World Cup, of course, Devlin, takes on one of the most experienced men in this competition, Mr. Rey Mysterio Jr. So this should be interesting, like I say. You've got the youth versus the experience. It'll be interesting to see which one of these two does come out on top. And like I said, so far, Devlin has done fantastically well. He defeated several people, including Chris Jericho, and then also winning the six-man tag as well in that game against Canada, which really helped Ireland out. If it wasn't for that win, I think they would have struggled to qualify, because that Tongan team looks pretty damn strong in those last few episodes. But Ireland just about pulled it out. It'll be interesting to see how Devlin gets on again tonight then, really, because he's full of momentum at the moment. So confident in his own ability, as he should be with the victories he's been getting. But Rey is also, like I said, very experienced. He knows exactly what he's doing. And he knows a win here this evening would set up the semi-final clash against the United States of America. Which is a big one of them, isn't it, really? If you think about it, that's a huge, huge match against the US. And you know you win this when you're guaranteed 2 more matches, be it the final or be it the third place, of course, on top of the semi-final. But like I say, Devlin, very, very confident young lad. Does impress me very often. I'm just surprised about... yeah, I really thought it was going to be, I wouldn't say a weak link in the team, really, but someone who I thought would struggle in some of the bigger confrontations, but so far, I think he's just been outstanding. Absolutely fantastic. Referee rings the bell. We are underway in this quarter-final. Ireland versus the United States. Nope. Ireland versus Mexico. Well, it's not far away, is it? Let's face it. I've heard the sort of places that Rey Mysterio... Is he San Diego? From San Diego, California. I think it was. So along them sort of lines, anyway. It's been brought to my attention recently, this room's very echoey that I'm recording in now. Is it? It's not empty though. It's got a lot of stuff in here. There's a couple of bookshelves, a massive sofa, my desk, my telly, a laptop, a computer. I've got CD racks. I've got canvases on the wall. I've got loads of stuff in this. I don't know why it's so echoey, but you know, shit happens, I suppose, doesn't it? You'll have to deal with it, I'm afraid. As Devlin is in control, but sort of showing off a little bit. We know what he's like. He's a bit of a show-off, and he does get very arrogant at times, and that could be his downfall in this match if he lets his concentration lapse, and that allows Rey Mysterio into the match to take full control like he is here, just slamming the face of Devlin into the mat, or into the turnbuckle pad, should I say. Rey now brings Devlin back up to his feet, and there's the big boots in the legs, not into the Hurricanrana. Devlin back up to his feet, but having to use the ropes just to keep himself up there, and now it's Rey who was concentrating too much on the crowd, and that allowed Devlin to catch him with that flying forearm. Nice knee drop there by Devlin as well. A pin, but only enough for a 2 count. It's quite impressive at this point in the match. Devlin once again showing that youthful experience. Devlin now brings Rey back up and takes him straight back down. Devlin now just throwing the experienced man around. But like I said, Rey the experience. He knows what to do in situations like that. He knows how to eventually out-mind his opponent rather than out-muscle. Because I feel like Jordan Devlin's definitely got a strength advantage here today. Ray now stalking. Jordan Devlin is on the outside. I don't think Ray's going to quite get the count-out victory he wants here. Nope. Devlin back in the ring, clubbing blow to the back of the head. Devlin now bringing Ray back up to his feet and sends him into the turnbuckle. And Devlin is doing fantastically well, actually. I say I've been shocked with, not shocked necessarily, but pleasantly surprised of how well he has turned out in this competition. And if he does pick up a victory against Rey Mysterio Jr. here as well, then that would definitely be huge. One thing I would like to see tonight is I would like to see the third match not be a dead match, but there's no way that's going to happen, is there? The third match is always going to be either the third match or the fourth match is always going to be a dead match, isn't it? Oh, package power driver there by Jordan Devlin on Rey Mysterio Jr. Devlin brings Ray away from the ropes. Only a 2 though. Only a freaking 2 from that. Expecting more than that, to be honest. Devlin, though, up on the turnbuckle now, taunting away at the crowd, trying to get them, well, I said trying to get them going. They're booing him pretty convincingly. But again, it's just too much. You take your attention off someone like Rey Mysterio and you're going to get caught with a big splash like that. Hooks the leg in for the pin. But it's only a 2 once again. Both these guys not only showing great offense, but also great resilience to kick out of these pinfalls. Ray with a springboard frog splash. Needs to drop into the pin, but he's struggling here with energy. No, he does drop into the pin, but actually taking a bit too long here. He has. It's taken too long. Ray now then. G-ing the crowd up. But Devlin catches him up into a... Oh no, reversed out of the powerbomb. Into a Hurricanrana, hooks the legs, and again only enough to get the 2. And Devlin rolls to the outside to try and get some sort of respite away from Rey Mysterio. A breather, and does come back into the ring, and see how effective that breather was. Devlin now taking Ray up on to the top turnbuckle pad. Reverse superplex. Wow. Quite impressive, actually. Say he's been very impressive the entire competition. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Now there's a head scissors by Devlin. Ray able to break free. But Devlin able to catch him straight away. Nice forearm. And takes him down as well. Is that standing Spanish fly by the look of it? Looked like it. Devlin taking Ray up on his shoulders, but Ray breaking free. Into the pin now. 1, 2. Only a 1 count. Devlin showing great resistance there to kick out on the 1. It's sort of it's more of a mental thing that you could stay down for the 2 and get that extra second of breath, but by kicking out of the 1, you sort of give your opponent a sort of nudge saying that you have to do a lot more than that to keep me down. It's more of a mental attack really by kicking out of 1. Ray with a nice dragon screw. But does either of these 2 guys have what it takes to finish the other one off? I'm hoping at some point one of them will. Otherwise, we could be here a long wait. And we've got some great other matches for you lined up. Next up, we've got Pentagon Jr Vs Sheamus. And then the big one at the end of the night. Finn Balor versus Eddie Guerrero. Wow. How many people can say Finn Balor versus Eddie Guerrero? What a match that's going to be. Pinned there by Rey. 1, 2, and 3. And Rey Mysterio Jr does pick up the victory. Like I said, it's been a great competition for Jordan Devlin, but tonight was just a touch too much for him. He did very, very well. But Rey does come out on top. Rey offering the handshake, and there is the handshake. Jordan Devlin showing respect to Rey Mysterio Jr. Well done. Well done to both of them. And here is our second match of the evening. Pentagon Jr takes on Sheamus in probably what's going to be the most brutish match out of the lot. More strong style than the rest. A lot more strength in this one. And a lot more hard strikes as well from both guys, really. Which is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how this match pans out. And of course, if Pentagon gets this, it's going to put a hell of a lot of pressure on Finn Balor and Ireland moving forward for the rest of the night. It'll be very impressive, actually, if they do get this. You can hear my if you hear vibrating in the background, that's my believe it or not, it's my Pokemon Go gotcha. I've left my Pokemon Go on, and it's just catching all the random Pokemon that are around about my house, and it makes this really weird, aggressively vibrating noise every time it catches one. So I do apologize if you hear that. It's not like some sort of sex toy or anything going on. I promise you. I promise you. Unless you're into that sort of thing. So then we await the entrance of Sheamus. Good old Sheamus. I go through stages with Sheamus, to be honest. Sometimes I rate him, sometimes I feel like he's just a waste of time, and I don't know, it's sort of back and forth for me with him. It really is, but hey ho, here he is. Having an interesting World Cup so far. Wouldn't say he's been outstanding, but at the same time he's not been disappointing either, so it's not gone too badly for him, to be honest with you. But it's not exactly been he's been a bit overshadowed with the Ireland team really by Jordan Devlin, as has Finn Balor really. So Jordan Devlin's just been so strong that I don't think anyone's had a chance to look good at all because of how good he is. But now Sheamus' chance to shine. Ireland need the points with Jordan Devlin being defeated. They do need the points here. So Sheamus versus Pentagon Jr. Referee rings a bell and we are underway. Sheamus straight away. What a knee strike in the face that was. Absolutely brutal. Sheamus now continuing to dominate the grounded Pentagon Jr. Does he have enough to finish it? I'll tell you what, he's really going strong here. Sheamus now in with that Irish curse backbreaker. Keeps the grip. Goes for a second. Sheamus now drops into the pin. Wow, Sheamus has just destroyed. Absolutely destroyed Pentagon Jr. to make this 1-1. That was insane. How easy that was by Sheamus. So insane. I don't think we've had a squash match at all in this World Cup, and there was one straight off the bat for you, making it 1-1 on the night. And Sheamus continuing the assault as well. Just dropping the boots right into the chest of Pentagon Jr, weakening him down for the 6-man tag a little bit later on. And here is the third and final singles match of the evening. Eddie Guerrero takes on Finn Balor in now, again, that is a dud match because the first 2 matches went either way. Yeah, it's a bit of a dud match, isn't it, really? It doesn't matter what happens in this one, really. Apart from momentum being built for the main event, it doesn't really matter 100% really what happens here, does it? But it'll be fun either way. Eddie Guerrero makes his way down to the ring, and this is a match that I would love to see in real life. Obviously impossible to do that, but we always have our dreams. Our hopes and dreams, eh? If they're ever able to, like, clone people. Like Jurassic Park wrestlers. Jurassic Park wrestlers would be an interesting idea, wouldn't it? Be a weird one, don't get me wrong, but it'd be pretty cool. So of course this one does involve the man with the longest entrance in professional wrestling, Mr. Finn Balor. Especially on this game as well, he really likes to milk it on this game. Really likes to milk it. Here he comes in, Finn Balor. I told you, he likes to milk this. He's not going to make it quick. So Finn's had an interesting time so far in this World Cup as well. I wouldn't necessarily say he's had the time that he would want to have. He's lost a match here and there. I think he lost to Kenny Omega, which was probably for him one of the bigger ones he's had. A win against Omega would have been very, very good, but again, it hasn't made a lot of difference. They've still made it through here and playing Mexico. They've still got a very good chance of getting through to the semis. It's looking quite tight at the moment. That win there for Sheamus was massive. That was really big. That was for Sheamus to dominate Pentagon Jr the way he did, and then go on to damage him for later on as well for that 6-man tag. That was quite efficient work. I'm not saying it was the right thing to do. Don't get me wrong, but it was definitely it definitely worked, shall we say, for what he needed it to do. Whether Finn would have approved of that or not is a different story, but either way, Finn is now in a pretty decent position, I suppose, if you look at it that way. But this is a big match. Finn versus Eddie. The 2 talismans from each team. Which one does have the power to win this match? So it's a big one. It's going to be a massive, massive bonus for the winning team. But of course, like I said, it doesn't make a massive amount of difference because it literally is whoever wins the 6-man tag wins the show now. Essentially. I mean, even if you lose this match, still it's down to the 6-man tag. Eddie throws Finn into the corner and now springs him into the far side as well. Eddie would have seen what happened to Pentagon Jr before this match and will be looking to get some form of retribution and some sort of an equalizer as well. Great powerbomb there by Eddie Guerrero, taking Finn Balor down. Eddie and Finn going sort of back and forth a bit at the moment. Both getting some aggression over the other. Quite an even start to the match. Eddie now bringing Finn back up to his feet, but Finn saw it coming. Into a snap suplex on Eddie. Finn now DDT, taking Eddie down. Now Finn up on the top, looking for the double elbows. Eddie avoids it. Finn has a hold of Eddie, but doesn't seem to know what to do with him here. Just sort of holding him here, isn't he? He's not actually doing anything at all. Bit of a bizarre one. Eddie catching Finn now, though, into a Saito suplex. Nice senton as well. And it is Eddie. As the more this match goes on, the more control Eddie's sort of taken. Nice single knee bar there by Finn Balor on Eddie Guerrero. Eddie just booting the face of Finn Balor, though. And it is very much back and forth. As soon as Eddie gets in the offense, Finn seems to get back on top. And every time Finn gets any offense, Eddie gets back on top. Eddie a nice DDT, slamming Finn face first into the mat. And now just twisting the head of Finn as well. Oh, a nice step of Enziguri there by Finn Balor on Eddie Guerrero. Finn now dropping the double knees right in the face of Eddie. Now Finn taking a break, as we've said before. If you watch these videos before, you know what I'm like with taunting. I don't think it's a good idea at this point in time in the match. I know it's great for building momentum and getting the crowd behind you, but when you've got someone like Eddie Guerrero down, you need to keep them down. They are not going to make it easy for you. Finn sending Eddie into the corner, grabs him, pulls him free, looking for the shotgun drop kick, taking Eddie down. Finn now heads up top, looking for a coup de grace. Coup de grace by Finn Balor on Eddie Guerrero for the 1, the 2, and no, only a 2. Wow. I was convinced that was done and dusted right there. Eddie fights free into the reverse DDT. Nice chop. Now taking Finn up into that snap suplex. And another, of course, the 3 amigos landed by Eddie Guerrero, and he likes to follow that up with time for his I've forgotten the word now. His memorial there to his former tag team partner Art Bar, and that is enough. Eddie Guerrero makes it 2-1 to Mexico with just a 6-man tag left. Big win there then for Eddie Guerrero. Big win there for Eddie Guerrero. It could have gone the other way when this coup de grace was hit, but Eddie showing great resilience, kicking out of the pin at the 2 count. And it was eventually the 3 amigos into the frog splash, which was enough to get Eddie Guerrero the victory. Viva la raza! So, like I said, that match didn't really mean a huge amount. It makes it 2-1 to Mexico on the night, but still, if Ireland win the 6-man tag, it would make it 3-2. So, yeah, like I said, it doesn't make a huge amount of difference, but the all-important momentum going into that match could have been swayed by this win by Eddie Guerrero. So it could turn out to be valuable. Or it could turn out to just be pointless. So it's, you know, swings and roundabouts. So after a brief intermission and a rest for these guys, we're into the 6-man tag. The all-important 6-man tag. Of course, the winner of this 6-man tag match will join USA in the second of the 2 semi-finals. Of course, we will find out the last member of the semi-finals tomorrow. when Germany take on Canada. I'm looking forward to that, to be honest. That should be a pretty interesting match, that one, to see who comes out on top of those. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've got India. We've got Ireland versus Mexico here first. Mexico looking pretty confident, really, as they would do after that strong performance they've put on so far tonight. They've got 2 wins out of the 3 singles matches. Of course, it all comes down, though, to the 2 points that will be given out in this match. So unless it ends in like a double count out, which I don't think it can do because it's Tornado. I don't think you get count outs in Tornadoes. So double disqualification, even then I don't think that's going to happen. But it's going to be good. It is going to be good. Be interesting to see if the likes of Finn Balor and Jordan Devlin can make up for losing their matches earlier on this evening. And there is the Team Ireland led by Finn Balor. The only one to get a win tonight. Was such a dominant win as well as Sheamus destroying, absolutely destroying Pentagon Jr. I'm very depressed. I'm very disappointed in Pentagon Jr. in that one, because I thought he was going to be a very, very strong member of this World Cup as well. But he's had a few iffy moments. As they make their way down to the ring then. I'd be interested to see. I really couldn't put my money on this one. I just have got a feeling that Mexico might get it. But then again, so might Ireland. It's such a tricky one, but I just... In my mind from the very beginning, I've had my mind on Mexico in this match. I'm still feeling a Japan-US final. Would be my guess. Because those two are the strongest teams on paper. They've got full-on strength the whole way through their squad. So it's, yeah, like I said, I think those, in my mind, will be the strongest people out there. But it's difficult to say, isn't it, really? There's a lot of things that could happen. Including the winners of this one. Taking the United States out is very possible as well. We're at the business end now. Every single team is strong. There are no weak teams. We've seen 2 teams that look so good in the group stages in New Zealand and India already be eliminated from the competition. And like I say, they looked very, very good. So this is where it happens and I struggle to keep track of what's going on because there's just action everywhere. Balls to wall action. But at the moment it looks quite even. Well, it was there for a second until Team Ireland sort of whitewashed everything now. So that should be interesting to see if they can pull this off, Team Ireland. Nice takedown there by Sheamus on Pentagon. Sheamus brings Pentagon back up to a kneeling base before slamming him back of the head first into the mat. And Sheamus, once again, just seems to have Pentagon's number and just going straight after him. I don't think Pentagon's got a single bit of offense all night. Sheamus X-Plex on Pentagon now as well, but seems that Ray... Oh, I was going to say that Ray is in control. He was, until his Hurricanrana got reversed into a powerbomb by Jordan Devlin. And it's weird, it seems to happen... it's switched over now. So it seems to happen that everyone seems to pair up with their singles opponent again, don't they? It's really weird how that happens. Sheamus now, Irish Curse backbreaker. And another one as well. Oh, the trio of backbreakers there by Sheamus on Rey Mysterio. Did Sheamus and Rey Mysterio ever collide in WWE? I'm sure they must have done. They're around the same sort of time, weren't they? So they must have done at some point. It just seems like a real weird sort of story, doesn't it? It just the two of them seem a bit gimmick-wise completely solar opposite, don't they? Oh, nice there by Pentagon, dropping Finn Balor spine first on the apron. And Jordan Devlin got crept up behind there by Eddie Guerrero, but then Devlin able to reverse Guerrero. And it is very back and forth, but it looks like, yep, well there's a big boot in the face there by Sheamus, but Pentagon does see it and comes across and breaks it up straight away. Luckily for Team Mexico, because that could have ended up terribly for them. As Pentagon now hooks Sheamus in, and all of a sudden Team Ireland are in control. As Pentagon stalks Sheamus. I tell you what, if Team Mexico can take down Finn Balor here, which they're not, it's just poor planning, isn't it, by Team Mexico? They need to do it, and they're just they're getting distracted, I think, by the looks of it, aren't they? Nice gut buster there by Finn Balor on Pentagon. Finn's up top. There's a coup de grace. Jumped over the top of Rey and Sheamus to drop that coup de grace. Rey and Sheamus. Eddie and Sheamus, should I say. To drop that coup de grace. Now Finn's up there again. And there's another coup de grace. But Eddie was there to catch him. Now Sheamus looking for a belly to belly, but Eddie fighting free. It's just, this has been crazy so far. Everyone's going mad, and Pentagon was really out after 2 coup de grace he was hit by. Sheamus kicking Eddie away. Jordan Devlin now stalking Pentagon Jr. Jordan Devlin going to go for a package. He is going to go for a package pile driver. Team Ireland might have this, you know. Devlin with the pin. I was saying about Devlin, saying about how he's really excelled in this competition, and he does it once again by getting the pinfall victory over Team Mexico. And Team Ireland are going to go through, even after losing 2 of the 3 singles matches. Team Ireland still go through with a 3-2 victory. It is the USA versus Ireland in the next round. In the semi-finals, the winner of that match will be in the final. The loser of that match will be in the third place playoff. So Team Ireland now guaranteed 2 more matches. Whether that be the semis and third place or the semis and first place is yet to be seen. But what a great performance by these guys. Particularly Jordan Devlin. He struggled with that loss, I think. He'll be very disappointed with the loss by Rey Mysterio, but was able to bring it all back together and get that big win using Pentagon's own move against him. And Pentagon's been very, very disappointed with his performance this evening. Dominated by Sheamus, and then took the pinfall in the 6-man tag against Jordan Devlin as well. Right, guys, that's the end of the video and the end of the third of the 4 quarterfinals. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do slap a like and, of course, subscribe if you want to see some more. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very, very soon for another episode of our SWE World Cup. I believe it's tomorrow, actually, yeah. Sunday, for our fourth and final quarterfinal between Canada and Germany. The winner of that one getting Japan in the other semi-final. The 1, 2, 3.